You all right there?
Yeah, sorry.
This is like being in sixth form again.
Yeah.
I asked not to be sat next to someone more handsome than me. Please.
I think
Please.
you got
Please.
that, man.
Like every school bus I've ever been on. Moving and talking to someone more charismatic.
I'm sorry. Dear Rich.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, since you were last here, Olivia Colman, I feel like our own Olivia Colman now has an Oscar. I mean, it's so exciting. It's probably exciting. None of your best supporting. No, actual, full-on best ever. Yeah.
I don't think it says best ever.
I think it is. I think they're finishing it now. They've stopped. Yeah. You won.
Cool.
But it must have been a bonkers night.
I actually can't remember it. And we were saying backstage we met, can't remember it.
She was in a daze after she won,
Yeah.
so she didn't even remember.
But in fairness, Chadwick Boseman, a huge night for you as well. I mean, Black Panther was up for how many awards? 7?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. It was a great... You know, I expected it to be just a normal night. It was like there's a whole bunch of hype about being at the Oscars and being nominated, but there was some magic in the air. It was a real sparkle, you know.
Just wish I could remember any of it.
Because, Richard, what was it like for you sitting at home?
Not at the Oscars. Yes. It was business as usual. And I look forward to a lifetime of not being there.
No, but it must be nice cheering on Olivia, because you guys have known each other for a really long time.
Oh, I bitterly resented it. Bitterly. Oh, yes. Well, I, at college, lived next to Olivia's husband.
Yeah.
It's not a great story, but it is true. It doesn't really have an arc. As a story, it kind of ends.
Yeah, but it's true.
It's true, but boring. Like me.
And now, Ellen, you've been nominated a couple of times for the Oscars.
Yeah, I didn't win them.
No, but you got nominated.
No, but I still didn't win them.
But now, is that why you don't enjoy events like this?
No, it's not that. I'm not very good at sitting still, so you have to have your hair and makeup.
She's really not.
I'm really not good. And so it's... and they're long events.
Yes.
They do, but the great thing about the Oscars is that the bar is just there, just behind there. And so almost all the time, everyone's in the bar.
No one's sitting in it. That's true.
There are
They're all
hundreds of seat fillers. Hundreds.
Oh, really?
So almost
Yeah.
everybody is getting bladdered next to And then someone comes in and go, we're up to best documentary. And they go, and people are running in. But
running
were you
in?
the bar most of the time?
Oh, yeah, I was.
I was there 90% of the time. It's lovely.
But, Helen, I think one of the reasons that Helena mightn't enjoy the Oscars is because you can't control who you bump into on the red carpet. I think we've got a picture of you the year you were nominated for the King's Speech on the red carpet.
Really?
Look at Helena's thrilled face. the horror.
I don't remember that. No, I don't know. You've just superimposed that.
No, there are
have-
multiple
you
pictures.
have superimposed
And what's so
that.
funny is there are multiple pictures, and we thought, oh, maybe we've picked an unfortunate picture. No, your face is like that in them all.
I've got good judgment, obviously.
Yeah,
That was way before he became Donald Trump, wasn't it?
We know what you mean.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know what you mean.
yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya, what an amazing year you've had. Because this time last year, you know, this was not going to be the year that was coming. This is amazing.
No, I was just chilling out. I was chilling, and then this film came out. I was doing this indie horror, and then it's been life changing.
Yeah,
a lot's happened.
No, I'm so happy for you. So Oscar nominated for Best Actor, but also the BAFTAs this weekend. Come on, you've got to get something. You're nominated for Best Actor and Rising Star. That would be true cruel to give you nothing.
I mean, it happened to Craig David with the Brits. Do you remember when Craig David got nominated for 6 Brits and he didn't go with nothing? So if he can go away with he had 6, so there's 2 in it. So I'll be following Craig.
That's a good attitude to have. Craig David came back.
He came back.
It took about 20 years, but he came back.
So that's the plan. Like 20 years later, I go, yo, you got to give me something, man.
But you've had some practice now with the big celebrity, because obviously with the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
So who did you meet at the Golden Globes?
How long you got, man? It's just like, so many...
Did you meet these guys at the Golden Globes? No.
I met her before these awards, Governors Awards, and she was really cool, and we just spoke about stuff. It was really nice. And then, but no, I met Oprah.
Good story.
It was the he was really nice. She was a nice person. It was cool. That's like
I couldn't
structure.
believe he was English because his accent was so flawless in Get Out, and I was like, oh my God. And anytime I meet anyone who's English, I'm just immediately like, I love London, I miss it. Do you live there?
Oh,
yeah.
so you
I
talk
do.
about London. Yeah, yeah.
We talk about London.
We should talk about London. And then, no, I met. That's what happened, yeah? I met Denzel. I met Denzel and Oprah at the same time. It was just this segue. It was just this, like, I don't know, like, African-American excellent segue or black I don't know what happened. It's like, Denzel came up to me and was like, oh, he came to me with English accent. He was like, yeah, mate, yeah, cheers, mate, cheers, mate, cheers, mate. And I'm like, well, what's happening? How do you know who I am? And he was like, and then he went to his wife like, he thinks I don't know who he is. And then he goes, come meet Oprah. And then I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna meet Oprah, let's meet O. And then I just, yeah, I hugged her. I hugged her so tightly. She felt so good, man. Like, she felt good.
Apparently she smells real. She has an amazing smell.
She smells amazing, Graham. Like, I swear, like, Oprah is just premium.
Can the rest of the crowd... you must have all met Oprah. Does she smell amazing?
I've never met Oprah, but when I do, I'm going to hug her for sure.
Smell her
At the Golden Globes, but she was too far away.
You got to inhale deeply.
Inhale deeply. Sniffing near
Yeah, now I know why there was suddenly such a nice smell in the room.
Like, no, she was really cool. It was really surreal.
Now, Viola, this is kind of the time of year where normally all the great films are coming out, and sure enough, they still are, because Viola's film is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. It's out today on Netflix. So tell us, Ma Rainey, a real person. So tell us about her, tell us about the story.
Ma Rainey was considered the mother of the blues. That was her label, and she sang around, the turn of the 20th century. She was a bisexual. She was a woman who had a lot of gold teeth in her mouth. She sang from her gut. She probably would be considered to be the original sort of feminist during that time, because she literally, towards the end of her career, I mean, she bought a theater, bought a house in Georgia. A lot of, these traveling shows came to perform in this theater that she owned. So she was sort of an anomaly. A woman who was before her time, she was before Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday, all of them. But yet, she's the one who's not known. Let that land.
It's extraordinary. She has this extraordinary sense of her own value, and she's not going to compromise that.
Yeah. I always say to people, it's not that she just knew her worth. She had to remind people of her worth. She wasn't hustling for it. She wasn't bartering with it, She just walked in the room and said, let me remind you who the hell I am, okay? Let's start from the beginning, which, for me, Graham, those are the Black women I grew up with. I grew up with the Black women who would be beating up a 200-pound man in a juke joint on Saturday night, and on Sunday they would be at church. So I grew up with those women who were bold. And when they walked into the room, everybody had to feel their presence, or else you just didn't know who you were in the presence of. So that's what I channel a lot with Ma.
And listen, you're doing so incredibly well. You've also got another film out, Sound of Metal. That comes out later in the year. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Sound of Metal is, again, a kind of indie film. I play a drummer who slowly starts to lose his hearing. And I kind of learned the drums for 7 months every day, and American Sign Language as well, because the character, becomes conversant in signing later on. So I had to learn that, and it was an amazing experience. But I've got such respect for drummers. It is, you have to be a little bit insane to be a drummer, because you're just like obsessively smashing objects.
Wow.
Really fast.
Because Kerry Mulligan, have you recovered from what sounds like a very traumatic Christmas? We all had a slightly odd Christmas, but yours, very bad.
Oh, mine was... Yeah, so I was coming into London and laden with a huge suitcase of... I was going to go and sort of socially distance, drop things off, presents and things to my nieces. And I was at the train station, and I had my headphones in, and I was listening to Taylor Swift. having like the nicest time on my own for a moment without my kids, my coffee, had a latte, and then I sort of went to sanitize my hands because I had touched the lift door. And so I got my sanitizer out, put my coffee down, and my suitcase just wheeled off the platform. Straight into the train tracks with my coffee and one of my headphones.
No, but here's the weird thing. So that's traumatic enough. Did you take this picture? Yeah. It was like, I'll probably be on a chat show at some point.
I genuinely did think that. I was like, there's nothing else to talk about, so this will be great, something.
So that's your coffee as well?
That's my coffee, I know. And actually my AirPod as well, which was so annoying. But then there were like 7 men who went down to go and collect it. And it was on the tip of my tongue to say, could you please see if my AirPod is on the right? No, just leave it.
Hello, Tina Fey.
Hello, Graham Norton. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very impressed by your bookcase. It looks so Pierre Cardin, David Bowie.
This bookcase makes it seem like I have a deep interest and knowledge about Pierre Cardin.
Where are you?
I'm in my apartment in Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
But also, by the way, I like to tip up and get my ring lights right here.
Oh, that's good. Well, look, here's the thing. I'd never done anything like this, and I really enjoyed the whole process. But you've done quite a bit of it. Do you still enjoy doing voice work and things?
I love it. It's so, I don't know if anyone else, I don't know, Hugh, if you've ever done it, or Ramesh, but like, it's so freeing. Also, you just don't have to spend any time worrying about how you look. Like, they're going to make you look cute. And I'm a much better actor when no one can see me.
I'm already thinking, Jamie Foxx, your dating life has changed.
Well, yeah, of course. It's tough out there. No, I just like my life is. I'm getting older, but people think I'm younger because I hang out with Kanye and all these other. So I see younger girls, and it's terrible. And my daughter hates it because, like, I still try to go to the club. And I'm that guy. I'm still at the club.
Yeah, it sounds horrible.
No, but it's bad because like I'm still going to the club. I'm like almost 50, so I hate going to the club in L.A. because I was going to 10, and these girls pull up, and I'm outside the club. I'm about to go in the girls' club. Oh my God, Jamie Foxx! I'm like, what's up? We go to school with your daughter. Oh. Are you going in the club? No, it's a open house that I'm going to go see. So I mean, I just have to be careful. And then they don't know, like, I'm 49, and like I DJ and stuff like that. So I was DJing at this club, and these girls was by the DJ booth, and they were just so young. Like, I said, well, how old are you? I'm 22. How old are you? I'm 23. And oh my gosh, she's ancient. She's 27. I'm like, wow, yeah. And the girl asked me how old I was. When I told them how old I was, you would have thought that I told them I had a terminal disease. I said, well, I'm 49. Oh my God. Can't you die from 49? Come on, girls, let's pray. He has 49.